to the ultimate super coach and fantasy sports show. You are now listening to the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Boom shakalaka!
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Week 2 of the ANZPL 2K, brought to you by the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast team. I'm your host, The Horse, and with me again, back by popular demand, mind you, Deadly. How you doing, mate?
G'day. How are we?
Yeah, good, mate. And we do have a special guest that is going to join us, but we're just having some minor technical difficulties. So once he gets through to us, we'll be able to bang him in and we'll go from there. But tonight, we are going to speak about round 2 or week 2 of season 10 of the ANZPL. Who's done well? Who shit the bed, so to speak? Top performers from the week just gone. We've got an ANZPL Player of the Week award to give away as well. And I think that everyone will agree that this man who does win it this week is much deserving of the award. But before we get into all of that, we do have a special guest that is going to join us, and it will be Mona from the Detroit Pistons GT NBA2k team from America, fresh back in NZ and competing in our service as we speak. We're just having some technical difficulties with him streaming through to us, but once we get him through, we'll get some Q&As going on and open the chat live for him to answer any questions that you may have. But before we get into Mona and all the beautiful things that he brings to this podcast, we're going to try something a little different tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So instead of Deadly and I talking to you about the recaps each week, we're going to provide the scorecards each week. So you at home can see who's done well, who hasn't. And even if we don't mention you, you can see who's playing in what games and who's playing on what teams. So without further ado, we'll get stuck into that, mate. So just got to find the background for it. All right, here we go. So before we kick this off, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going to be doing this, we kindly suggest that you do not take screenshots of these scorecards with a potato or whatever 1990s brand phone you might have. Can you please take a screenshot of it on your PlayStation and send it through to the Discord? That way it will make it easier for us to be able to read out the scores each week. So to kick us off, Deadly, we've got the Southside Swingers versus the Toenails. How did this one go?
Yeah, a bit of an interesting one. Looks to be I'd say a lag out of some sort from game 1, and they've played a spread up until the end of the third, and the Toenails have come away with a win, which has led into a game 2 forfeit. Which someone on the south side obviously couldn't get their internet fixed.
It would appear that way, unfortunately, yes. So as we can see there, Toenails win. Is it Toenails win that series? Yes.
Toenails, yep.
Yep, win game 1, and then there's a quit out. No one really standing out there. The Maltese Thunder with 4 steals in game 1 and 18 for 35 from the field probably isn't going to get it done, is it? Well, especially when your opposition are only missing 9 shots for the game there. We can see the Toenails going 21 for 30. Well, moving on, mate. MILF Hunters versus Prophecy, 2-0.
Yeah, good week for the MILF Hunters. I think they had a few
as we can
wins.
see here, that's about as big as I can get it. So
yeah, there's a few different ways to take a screenshot, and that's definitely not one of them.
No. Because we can't see it, mate, or it's not close enough for us to be able to read, congratulations, MILF Hunters. You won 2-0, but next week, do not take the screenshot with a potato.
Yep. Best way to do it is link your PS app to your PlayStation, so when you take the screenshot, it automatically goes in the PS app, and what you can do from there is save it and send it. It saves straight into your phone. You put it in the Discord, comes out perfect screenshot.
Sounds good.
Best way to do it.
I like that. Good from you. So we'll get into the next series, mate, and it's your boys, Goon Nation.
Yep. Good
beating the Mailman 2-0. talk us through this one, mate. We can see that game one went your way by 9 points.
Yeah, started a little bit clunky game one, but we seem to be making a bit of a theme of that. Good little series from us after the game two lag out. I think the game two lag out was on purpose because I was shooting absolutely red hot to start game two, and then I went to shit.
So you're to blame then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
We got there in the end. Good shooting from the corners for all of us, and a good team win for our boys. Double in both games for our centre Moz, and double in both games for BP Thumper as well on the Mailman.
Yes, we can see that there. What do you snag in game one? 19 boards. He's a bit of a snaggy boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really tough to box out, but really solid first game from Benji the Don, actually, from memory.
Yep.
He had this really nice way of playing. He would get behind the screen and get a peek off, and BP would always be first in the paint because no one really expected Benji to shoot the shot. But yeah, he'd get there and get the rebound if Benji missed, and it almost worked for him game one, but we found it out.
And as we can see there, Benji the Don 24-7 in game one, and then in game two, he's gone 1 for 5 points, and there was an apparent lag out. So
yeah, and second half wasn't much better.
All done. Run the break. Beat New Vengeance 2-0. No surprises here, mate, with Brookers going 35-7 in game one. Rangaman there, 6-11-6. Billy Blue, 12-10-6 with 2 steals. We see Clacks there as well, 11-5-3, 2-2 on perfect shooting. That's a pretty solid team they've got there at Run the Break, isn't it?
Yeah, Run the Break's one of the more solid teams in the league that we've got, and they're just flexing their muscles with that win in game one there.
Yep, and same with game two. We can see there quite a large victory with Billy Blue. Perfect shooting, 16, 22, and 10, 1-1. And Danny with 5 steals as well. Brookers, again, 45 points in that game to back up his 35 in game one. So pretty good series from Brookers there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And really, definitely in the conversation, as we'll talk about later on for our Player of the Week award.
Yep.
Who have we got next, mate? We have Takeover, 2-0 against Prophecy.
Yep, I think this is one of Takeover's last series before they unfortunately disband.
Ooh, what's going on with that?
I'm not sure. There's a few different reasons why teams could disband, but yeah, these boys obviously just didn't have the time or something. Game one, we see doubles from Ethimon and Mixnag, both providing a close win for Takeover, actually. But yeah, not much to talk about for Prophecy, really. Just couldn't really get the shooting together, only shooting 14 for 42. It's not going to cut it.
No, it's not.
But game two is a little bit better for them. As we see, only a 3-point loss with them dropping 57 and the shooting much improved. Big game from Mixnag for Takeover, 30-16, and Ethimon with 24-9 as well to back it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see the old man Q scoreless, but still 3 steals and making a difference on the defensive end. Sans Dior with a 2-0 win over Kiss My TNS. No real surprises here. Greek Iverson, 30-10. As consistent as always. Krager, 3-12. The Hatch, 7-10. Max for Kiss My TNs, 21-2, but 1 for 7 from 3. And in the second game, the Greek Iverson again, 13-14. Last week's Clip of the Week winner as well. Junkie there with 19, 5 from 8 from the corner. And JJ KJ with 24-7 for Kiss My TNs. Next, we've got Lowkey Academy over Relentless, 2-1. There's a few scorecards to go through here, mate. What did you say in this one that we can't really see?
It's pretty, you can't really see, but very, very close series, actually. Almost every game, by the looks of it, was within about 5 points, including, game 2, 6 point.
Yep.
Yeah, can't really see too hard, got to squint, but yeah, look, it's a solid win for Lokey Academy. These two are sort of the newer teams of the comp. This is probably their only second week in the whole comp. So yeah, Lowkey Academy will take that win, and I guess we'll move on.
Yeah. Yep. So as we see there, 2-1 to them. Again, if you're taking the phone with the photo with a potato, we're not going to be able to show to the rest of the world what you're doing. So in this next series, we've got Lethal beating the Sugar Plums 2-1.
Yep, we do indeed.
Yeah, Sugar Plums. Brewy 16-10. Wemby 16-17-5 with a nice little stat line on perfect shooting. Lethal with 27 from Clutch and 13-9 from Donch inside in the 3-point loss. And then we see Lethal winning by 30 points in game 2. Clutch 21-10. What is it? 6-8-5 2K, 27-5-2. D-Bless with 3 steals as well. On the other side, we see Trippin with 3 steals. Brewy 20 points on 7 of 18 shooting. Nothing real flash there, mate.
Yeah.
And then, is that game 3?
Game 3, 57-52 to Lethal. Sees them close out the series.
24-8, to Brewy. 16-17.
Wemby.
Is that? No, that's not the right one, is it?
That's game 3, yep.
Yeah, that's game 3. Yep. And then we see 30-8 for Clutch on 11 of 17 shooting, 6 of 10 from deep. Pretty close series, this one.
Yeah, huge game from Clutch there to close out the series.
Yep.
That game 2 is a very big outlier to how close this series was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeez, 30 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sugar Plum's shooting in that game 2 was not very ideal, 15 for 41. But as we can see, it's just, I think Clutch has been around for a little bit for Lethal. He's had a really nice series here, averaging about 26 or so with about 7 assists. Yeah, really, really solid from Lethal's point guard.
Yeah, it was. Next game, mate. I Pass Fake provides the Crayons with a series win, 2-1 over the Sanctuary. This series was quite close. So we got Sanctuary pulling out a game 1 victory with Awareness, who sort of jumped on the scene from nowhere, mate, with 30 points in game 1. Jimmy Kuso with 3 steals and 15 assists. Exie with 3 steals, and Vissa 14 and 13 inside for the Sanctuary. I Pass Fake continuing his good form, 19 and 11, but no real help anywhere in game 1. Game 2, we see the Crayons bouncing back with a 19-point victory. I Pass Fake, winner of the Week 1 Standard Squeeze Award, 23 and 11 again. Girk with 18 and 15. Awareness 22, 2 and 2. Nothing really else going on there for the boys at the Sanctuary. And in game 3, much the same. 19 and 14 for I Pass Fake, continuing on his good form. And that is a very impressive series, averaging a double-double for the series. Girk with 23 and 12. And only really Awareness giving anyone any trouble with 26 and 2 helpers.
Seems to be one of these little wild cards. Awareness. No one really. I know I hadn't have heard of him before this ANZPL season, but he's really putting some good performances on.
He's lighting it up, isn't he?
Yeah, Crayons are a really, really decent team, and he's putting 26 a game on them. So yeah. Solid.
In this next series, as we can see, we can't really see the scorecards, but it's Lowkey Academy over the New Zealand boys. Widow 2-0. Patch SG on Masters, 67-71 and 55-52. So it's quite a close series, that one, mate.
Close series, yep. I think that's... Jeez, it's hard to read with these bloody...
Now, again, take the screenshots on your PS and upload them through your PlayStation into the Discord. Sans Dua 2-1 over the Mailman. Do you want to talk us through this series?
Yeah, Sans Dua with a really, really close game 1 win, as they've shown to be one of the top teams in their conference. But getting a real scare from one of the lesser known teams in Mailman in game 1, with Coro XR putting up 24 and 8 and Alpha putting up 14 and 17 for Mailman, with Dennis Phoenix, Greek Iverson again, 22 and 11, and Krager with 14 and 11, helped out by Junkie, 10-9 and 3 blocks of his own, securing a close game 1 win.
That must have been game 3, because game 2, the Mailmen did beat Sans Dua 55-48. This is probably one of the upsets of the season, mate.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think many people would have seen Sinsor losing to a team like the Mailmen,
Nope.
especially after the first quarter as well. Being up 18-7 and then giving up a lot of points in that second half.
Mm,
Greek Iverson again, 26-4 for him, but it was really Coro and Alpha again for the Mailmen, 23-7 and 18-7 respectively, with
yep.
5 steals coming from Benji the Don. Yeah, it looks like defense was absolutely king for the Mailmen back half of game 2.
It definitely was. And then we see in game 3 that it wasn't really until the second half. It was 33-29 at halftime. And Sandsdale run away with it with a 71-55 win. Greg Iverson again with a double-double at PG, 22-11. Krager 13-8, again continuing his good form. Alpha with 12-11. And City Boy Sops with 22-2. But unfortunately couldn't get the job done. But for the Mailmen, there's improvement there.
Absolutely.
NWO versus Lethal 2-0. Game 1, a lot closer than what people would have thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd assume if you sent a poll out start of this game, you would have assumed no way out win. About they'd probably be paying $30 to lose a game, and they've almost dropped game 1 to Lethal here. Only scoring 6 points in the fourth quarter would have given them a big scare.
Big scare.
16-7 for Harry with 3 steals of his own. Chris Stapps with a monster 18 and 19, 6 assists on perfect shooting. Clutch, he's showing he can be a decent point guard here for Lethal. Yeah. 17-7 in the close loss. 685 with 15, and Docs with 11 and 15 of his own.
That's right. Game 1. Then game 2, we see the guys at NWO winning by 16 points, 78-62. Harry just decided enough's enough, 38-9 on 16 of 25 shooting.
Yeah.
Chris Stapps with a nice little trip dub, 10, 19, and 12. And anything for, Clutch 33 and 8.
Yeah, Clutch 33 and 8.
Really nice series against,
Yep.
Jono and Matty V. Really good pick and roll defense there to score 33
absolutely.
and adored out of the corner, 21 points. Really nice series for Lethal. Yep. It's easy to say that, you know what, they got beaten 2-0, but
I think Lethal
that's really good for Lethal. That's showing some.
They absolutely take that. Yep.
Yeah. Now we have NZ Black over the Holigans 2-0. First game, an easy 25-point win. Nothing really standing out here, mate, with Cades 15 and 6, Flameno with 16. Everyone doing their bit.
Yeah, just dominant. That NZ Black team will press you really hard, and that third quarter is absolutely a domination, 26-9. We see an early quit out for the Hooligans.
Yep. Game 2 a lot better for the Hooligans. 19-9 by Ozark, who's improved out of sight. No adults, which is Croc on his account, 14 and 7. But we see here again, Flametto 19 and 3, Horsey 13-14, and our man Mona in playing the anchor role 7-6-2, 1-1 with a series sweep. Run the break, beat the Pooky Bears 2-0. Game 1, 58-54. Brookers again showing his good form, 28 and 8 in this one. No one else really doing much for a run the break. 3 steals, though, for Danny. For the Pooky Bears. Bandito, 13. Bit of a mixed bag there. 13 and 7 for Cardi. Range Sean with 4 and 11 on the inside. Game 2, 10 points the way of run the break. Brookers again, 20 and 6. Billy Blue, 15-7 and 2. Clucks with 12-3 and 2. 4 steals for Danny. Cardi again, 17 and 6. But apart from that, we got 5 steals there by Iheeney. That's nice in the lock roll, but just not enough.
Yeah, it just won't cut it at this stage. But I think that's a decent series for Pooky Bears. They'll definitely take that against a good team like Run the Break.
Cancun versus MILF Hunters, mate. Can I get you to talk us through this one? 2-1 the way of Cancun.
Yeah. Game 1, we see a 53-46 win for, actually that's the spread game. Yeah, so there's a spread in that one, but still a decent 9-point win for Cancun. Shot Moist with 23 and 9, or 23 and 11, sorry. Decent games for Maggie Swish as well for the MILF Hunters with 22 and 15. But yes, pretty standard Cancun win. Game 2, much better for the MILF Hunters as they win a close one, 58 to 57. Maggie Swish, 25 and 10, very solid from him. Snakey, 10 and 12. And yeah, just sort of, they got him towards the end. Shot Moist, 19 and 3. G-Force, 12 and 13 for Cancun, but yeah, just wasn't enough in Game 2. But they do complete the comeback in Game 3, winning 70 to 51. Shot Moist again, 18, 7 and 3 steals. Very solid for him. King Laggy at the corner, 24 and 3 steals.
Yep.
And X Wash up 17 and 2. As we see, Maggie Swish again put up another double-double. Kakasoda with 16 and Snakey with 14, but it just wasn't enough.
No, that's right. Cancun versus the Baines Effect 2-0. And this is over 2 games. So we can see here 1926 before Robin, or however you want to pronounce that, has lagged out. And then into game 2, 27-33. So what's that? 19 and 27. Quick maths, mate. 46 plays heaps. 50.
Yeah.
59.
26, 30.
59, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, easy win there for the Baines Effect. Then game 2, much closer, 70 to 72. Robin with 24 and 11. Flavor with 20, 12 and 6. 4 steals for Durkee. On the other hand, Shot Moist, 14 and 9. G-Force with 18 and 10 inside. We spoke about him last week being a big improver. J-Strap, only 2 points from the sharp position, but 8 helpers and 4 steals.
Yep.
D-Tier, 2-1 versus Ruthless. Looks pretty close, this one.
Yeah, this one's probably shock of the week, actually. I don't think many people would have expected this, especially the way Game 3 went, but we'll get to that. Game 1 saw a 72 to 70 win for D-Tier. Hackaroo, 21 and 18.
21 and 18, that's huge.
Yep. 17 from Melons, 15 from Munted, and a double-double for Factual.
Yep.
Move like Gid. We know that he moved from Lock to PG, and he's shone ever since he's done it. 24 and 16 for him, and 22 and 16 for Kim. Just wasn't enough in Game 1 after a very, very close one.
Yep.
Game 2, much better for Ruthless. Move like Gid again. 24 and 11 for him. Faraj, 5 and 10 out of the corner. Kim, 14 and 9. Hacker again putting up 10 assists, just wasn't enough. Lemons, 23. And yeah, probably the shock game of the week sees D-Tier beat probably I'd say the second best team in the whole comp, 98 to 59.
That's a huge win.
With Sharp Lemons dropping 50.
A 50 bomb on Ruthless. When would have the last time you would have seen that against such a good team happen?
Probably never. 10 and 18 from Hackaroo, 15 from Munted, 14 from Beef. It was just a very, very solid team win for D-Tier, and they had him most of the game. Rhino Pet, 20 and 3 steals, just wasn't enough, and they just got absolutely shown up.
They did.
But after that series, they go into probably the matchup of the week against Unknown, and they look much, much better.
Yeah, I'll get you to talk about this, mate.
Yep. Move like Get again, 16 and 11, Rhino, 17 and 7 steals for him, huge against a guard like Will and a center like Delaney. Faraj, he moved back to center for the series, 20 and 14 from him. And yeah, Will and Delaney both having double-doubles. Game 1 wasn't enough. Game 2, very, very unfortunate loss for Unknown, as Rhino Pet sneaks a foul in with 1 second and makes both his free throws, wins the games for Ruthless. He drops 17. Gid, 12 assists, 4 steals. Faraj again with another double-double. Delaney was probably the best for Unknown here, 18 and 9. With Zente 10, 3, 2 and 2 out the corner. With Will just not being able to put the ball in the basket on a very, very tough defense.
I know it was a sweep, but this was probably one of the better series that have been played alongside D-Tier and Ruthless. That was back and forward. That game 1, game 2 before the blowout in game 3. But there was some really good basketball being played. I think this was Tuesday night last week.
Yep.
Hmm.
Very, very good watching.
The Baines effect, 2-0 against the MILF Hunters, sorry. Game 1, we see a 3-point win to the Baines effect. No one really standing out there. It looks like a pretty even contribution across the board. Flavor 17, 9, and 4 from the center spot. Durkee with 4 steals for the MILF Hunters, 24 and 5 for Maggie Swish. Ice Snakey with 4 and 15 inside. We see game 2, a little bit more of a comfortable victory for the Baines effect. 12 points, 60-48. Robin 16 and 3. Flavor 1 point short of a trip dub. 9 points, 12 rebounds, 10 helpers. Maggie Swish with 24 and 3. He's improved quite a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He's really, really starting to come into his own, and yeah, this team's starting to get a lot better than what some people would have had them.
Yep. Cancun versus Takeover, 2-0 forfeit. Yeah, forfeits. We don't like them, do we?
We don't like forfeits. Hate forfeits. Play your games. No. But yeah, like I said before, I think this is when Takeover sort of they've been forced into a disband, and yeah, it's really unfortunate for
you know what them. You know what we say about forfeits?
Go on.
Get that garbage out of here!
Absolutely.
Don't like it.
Like them.
Be better. The NZ Black team 2-0 over Thanos squad. Game 1 forfeit. So I've only got one scorecard to show here. We see NZ Black 59-45. Arcade 17 and 5. Sensei 14, 3 steals. Solomona 14-4 and 1. Chico Philo 18 and 3 from the PG. Grundy with 17, but just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Holigans 2-0 over the Jelly squad. Game 1 forfeit. And then game 2, we see a 13-point win. Looks like they've taken that on a potato as well, mate. Talk me through it.
Yeah, that one's not too bad. I can sort of see that one at least. Rel Walken, very, very solid game. 24 and 2 on very good shooting, actually. 10 of 13. Ozark, 21 and 9. And Doltz, 16. As we said, Santa Lucas grabbing 21 boards as well. Not much to really speak about from Jelly Squad. Probably a bit unfortunate from them. X Daily, 15 and 4, 2 steals. Trixie, actually, 7 steals. Very, very solid.
Yep.
Yeah, just not enough, unfortunately.
Now, just going to take a quick break there because we've got our superstar guest in for this evening. So this man played a season with Detroit Pistons in the NBA2k League last year. Our mate from across the ditch, Mona. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you guys having me on.
That's okay. Thank you for making yourself available to talk to the ANZPL community and the people abroad who are watching this. I know just from our stream at the moment, we've got people in America, in New Zealand, and there's even one in Ireland that are watching us at the moment. So to those boys, thank you for tuning in. We've got the best of the best here. So anyone that's got any questions about 2K or the roles that Mona has played either in his NBA2k League or here locally in the ANZPL, shoot him through to our comments and we'll do our best to get him to answer them. Mona, to start us off, mate, you've got a qualifier later this week.
Yep. Saturday, 9:30, we are versing Guam in a best of 3. Yep. So it's exciting. Definitely something to look forward to. I'd say we're prepared pretty well, but obviously can't be too over the edge about it. So got to keep our cool. I think they won quite both games easily last year. So I'm assuming Guam will have had the last year to practice and prepare again. So
for sure,
I'm sure it won't be as easy this year. So it should be good.
Absolutely. How long have you been playing with the group that you're with at the moment? Have you been playing together for a while now, or is it this year just fresh to you after spending some time with the guys at the NWO who, you know, they're probably the elite of the elite when we're talking ANZPL?
Yeah, it's pretty fresh. I've played with a couple of them throughout over the last couple of years, but just matchups and stuff, not really like locked in for a season or things like that. So, I got obviously when the team was named, we all had to put our other commitments aside and play the first ANZPL together, and the next couple, I'd assume, would have to play together as well. So, I mean, that's just a decision that everyone in the team, not just myself. I know Horse, Flube, Sense, Wish, they were all part of good ANZPL team. So it's not just me putting that NWO to the side, it's everyone. Like, I'm sure they would have loved to play with their mates and people they've been building a good connection with over the last 2-3 years. So it is hard at first. Obviously, they've had the last year to play, but me coming into the team, it wasn't easy at the start. But I think we've transitioned well. It's only been three weeks, and I think we've transitioned really well, and everyone gets along with each other really good.
Well, we've spoken about the NZ Blacks, who you're a part of, and you've had some good wins in week 2. Chemistry is one thing, but one thing that we see that you've brought into the side is probably that leadership as well. It's not scoring big points. It's not grabbing 20 rebounds. It's that talk and everyone communicating on defense and running plays on offense that people don't see behind the scenes. You don't see it on scorecards, but it helps everyone be on that same page, which ultimately is going to make you better as a team, not any sort of individual success.
Yeah, for me, playing 2K is a lot more than individual success. Like, obviously, going to the league is for myself, and it's just been one of the only things over the last couple of years. But obviously, like, I've always been a big advocate. If you want to be selfish, you want to score all the points, not pass the ball, not play any defense, go play an individual sport, go play golf or something.
Yep.
Like, there's 5 people on the court for a reason. You should be trying to use all 5 of them. Like, obviously, Horse is like an elite rebounder, so he should be in the paint at the end of the shot clock. Why is he standing on the 3-point line? It's just things like that like some of the, I would say, like, it's a safe space for the New Zealand team at the moment. Like, anyone can say whatever, but it's just like having a voice. I think going to America was like huge. Like, our point guard was probably like the top 3 biggest personalities in the league. Like, he would always say to me, if you've got something, don't be afraid to call it. Like, if you got to play for yourself, call it. I don't need to call it that play. It's just having that in the back of my head. So that translating back into like coming over here, it's just when we're on the court for the 20-25 minute games, it's just about expressing yourself. Like, everyone brings their own personalities, and that's what flings off. Like, one personality over the 5 is never going to win a game, but 5 personalities versus a team that doesn't know what they're doing or is arguing is always going to win. So it's just about staying on like what you said, bringing new ideas and calling stuff on defense and offense that other teams haven't really seen before is big for me. And I think moving from center to power forward allowed me to do that a lot more. Like, I know that Horse has played power forward before, but I don't think he was like the biggest person to put his hand up for power forward. And he kind of thought that, maybe since I've gone to the league and I've done some other things that I would have to play center. But I've actually liked and I've enjoyed it over the last few weeks being able to play power forward. I feel like when he plays center, he's just at home and it's all second nature to him. So that's good.
How has the ANZPL helped prepare you to, first of all, enter the league, but also, like, you were playing well over there. You weren't just making up numbers.
I would say getting the most out of the games when you play them, and ANZ is a big one. Like, a lot of people say, like, ANZ's the service sucks and there's no games, but it's just about making the most of it when you can. I know, like, for me, obviously Harry going over was like a big step in the right direction. So just trying to follow in his footsteps. It's just things like talking when nobody else wants to talk, calling plays when nobody else wants to call plays. I think that translated a lot, like, for me, but that's just like in my personality. I'm like loud on and off the court. If I think something's wrong, I'll say it. I'll be the first person to say it. I'll sit there and talk about it for 20-30 minutes. Anyone that knows me will say that that's how my personality is. So I think just stepping out of the comfort zone is a big one for a lot of people on our server. Like everyone says everyone's playing for second in ANZPL, everyone's playing for third. There's only 2 good teams, but like if you told me at the 3 weeks ago that this NZ team would be unbeaten, everyone else would say no, they wouldn't. You guys are going to lose. But like it just, I mean, all you really have to do is be a 5 that competes in every game and every play, and you'll be fine in ANZ.
Yep. Hardest player you've had to play against. So
player or team?
Let's go team, and then give me some of the best players that you've played against in our server. Let's exclude NWO because you played with those guys for such a long time.
Does the player still have to be playing?
Doesn't have to be, no.
I would say hardest player I've had to play against is J-Dub, 100%.
Yep.
Like playing against someone from home is one thing. Anyone can play good at home. Everyone plays in their room. They're the only ones watching. It's easy to play when nobody's watching. But when I played Jay in South Korea, when we had a crowd at APAC, and he had like 30 points, then you look at someone different, like, okay, he really is elite.
He's the big deal, or the real deal, sorry. Yeah. What's the plans for the next 12 months moving forward? So you've got qualifiers on Saturday.
Yeah, we've got qualifiers against Plum.
Yeah, is it Manila in December you head off to?
Yeah. So we go to Manila in December for eFIBA if we qualify.
Yep.
And we've actually got another APAC coming up in a month's time, which is in Philippines as well. So
how good's this? You get to travel and play a video game.
Yeah, I know. So I'll go to Philippines twice this year, once in November and once in December.
Yeah.
But bigger picture, I think the basketball Esport Olympics, the Esport Olympics got announced next year in August.
Mm-hmm.
And I think New Zealand wants to make a push for it. I think any team can put their hand up and go. It's just about the funds and stuff. So
for sure.
I'll be right there pushing to go to that, definitely. I think it's a first Esport Olympic Games that 2K's been involved in. Mm-hmm. So what better to like be involved in it?
Whereabouts is that being held at?
In Saudi, I think.
Yeah,
Saudi, yeah.
So like, who wouldn't want to go on a trip to Saudi?
Yeah.
When it's 40 degrees every day. But how cool would that be to be involved in the Olympics, to play 2K, to get to travel the world, to get to meet whole new people? Like, that's the best of the best right there.
Yeah. Like, if you told me this 10 years ago, I wouldn't believe you. It's just... No. Now I've come to the realization that like anything can come out of 2K, like not just for myself, but for everybody else in our server.
Everybody.
Like I've been like to the Philippines, South Korea, America, obviously.
Yep.
All for 2K. It's crazy where it can take you.
Absolutely. Before we move into the second half of the scorecards, you got any advice for any up and comers that you've learned along the way that you felt helped you the most? Is it a patience thing? Is it a repetition thing?
I think a little bit of both. Repetition, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say be patient, but not too patient. I feel like there's a lot of people that will, especially in our server, everybody starts somewhere. Like, when I first started playing Pro-Am, and I can say this for my whole team, like for my NWO team that I was in, everyone thinks that, they're just the best players in the same team, that's why they win. No. When we first started playing Pro-Am, for the first 6 months to a year, we all got smacked every single night. Lose by 20, lose by 30. Nobody gets on and starts playing competitive Pro-Am in ANZ or anywhere in the world and win straight away. You have to learn over time. And that's what's been the biggest problem in our server over the last 2-3 years is new teams come in, they'll have 2-3 people that are known, they'll pick up 2 new people. I'll look at it and go, great, they've got 2 new people, they've got 3 people that have already been in the server, this will be good. They don't do as well as they think they should or they should have done in the first ANZPL season they compete in, and they disband. It's like, there's nothing in the world that you can pick up straight away and be the best at just like that. It takes time. It takes like repetition, playing matchups, getting to know people, gelling with each other. It's just like in real life sport. But yeah, I would say repetition would be a really big one. Playing with the same people a couple of nights a week. Nothing is like if you let nothing get in the way. Like obviously the fighting's going to be there. You're going to bicker in the team, but like you just got to learn.
That's personalities, isn't it? Everyone's going to clash at some point.
Exactly. Like we had multiple fights in our parties, like every night about random stuff. But it's about like moving forward and seeing the bigger picture. Nobody ever starts off the best. You got to work towards it.
That's right. Wise words from a wise man. Now we're going to get stuck straight back into our scorecards. We'd love you to hang around too for these as well.
Sweet.
Rain Sean puts in the Pooky Bears beat the Sugar Plum 2-0. Deadly, you've been awfully quiet for a little bit, mate. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, solid series for the Pooky Bears here. Bandito, very, very solid. 24 in game 1 to back it up with 25 in game 2. Heaney out the corner, 16 in game 1, 21 game 2 to go along with 3 steals. Yeah, just a very, very solid Pooky Bears thumping, to be honest. And Brewery, their only real standout for the Plums in game 1, 25. Not much else going on. Mamba, 10-24, getting 4 steals. But yeah, besides that, they were just all outclassed.
Yep. And game 2 again, another big blowout.
Yep.
Exie, 2-0 against Show No Mercy. Game 1, 21 points for Exie. J Chang, 16 and 3 at PG. Lachlan, 3, 14, 6 and 2. They blew out Show No Mercy. There's nothing really going on there for the boys at Show No Mercy. Game 2, much closer. 5 points. J Chang, 24 and 10. Dollar with 19 at the Sharp. Lachlan with 11 and 6. Dr. Hamo tried his best with 22 and 12. This is one bloke that has stuck with the game for a little bit and he's getting much better. Scrim at center, 15 and 7, but ultimately falling short. Exie then versus the Queen's Guard. And no surprises here, a sweep here, Deadly, 2-0.
Yeah, very, very convincing win for Exie as they're trying to prove that they're one of the top teams again.
Yep.
$19, J Chang 17 and 9, Lachlan 18 and 9 in game 1. Very solid game from AJ, Queen's Guard's point guard, 28 for him in game 1.
Over half the points for them, yeah.
Yeah. Kirky chirping along with 10, but game 2, much better again for Exie. Lachlan, 20, 11 and 6 for him. 4 steals for Torbet or Lee. 15 for J Chang and 10, 3 and 3 for Dollar.
And then Exie versus Full Court Press. It's like they played all their series in one night. This goes to 3. So
yeah,
game 1, mate. 5-point win to Exie. J Chang 20 and 10. Torbe with 14, 2 assists, 2 steals. Full Court Press, this is a team that is on Xbox and they've been around for 12 months now and have really improved.
Yeah.
Lillard last year playing, I think he was playing the anchor role, has moved to PG and 26 and 7 in this game for him. I don't know how to say that at center. Sensors with 5 and 15. Sunsets. Game 2. That must have been game 3, sorry. Game 2, we see Full Court Press 47-42 with Lillard 18 and 9 leading the way. Sunsets 11-17 at the center spot. Dollar with 15 and 1. Nothing really going on there for Exie. Game 3, 9-point win to Exie. J Chang again 13 and 7. Dollar 16 and 8, and Lachlan 11 and 4. Lillard very consistent series. 18 and 8, and Mika got Aura 17 and 4 with 3 steals. Jimmy Kuso gets a series win for the Sanctuary. Mona, the Sanctuary have been around for a little while.
I know. They're becoming old heads in our server now.
Yeah. Jimmy Kuso. So, Jimmy Kuso, 11 and 11 in game 1. Awareness, I don't know where this guy has come from, but he's getting a mention for Players of the Week this week. 32, 3, 6 steals on 14 and 19 shooting, leading the way. With Big Visser, 19 and 11 with 5 helpers at the anchor spot. Half Pooky with 18 from the shooting guard spot. Game 2, there was a lag out. 63-52, it looks like in game 3. Jimmy Cuso, 21 and 10. Big Visser, 21 and 16. It'd help if you boys put the scorecards in order, but that's all right. We can't have everything our own way. Awareness 2K, 19 points on 8 of 9 shooting. Mona, 2 questions. 1, do you know who Awareness 2K is? And 2, where's he come from? He's been lights out the first 2 weeks.
I have no idea, but he looks like a god. 32 points, 6 steals? Are they running 3 bigs, or is he guarding the hash?
No, he's hash.
I would guess he's just hash.
Yeah.
6 steals on the hash? It's impressive.
We're going to
have to take some...
He did it last week too. You got 20, he averaged about 20-something and 6 steals every few series.
Yeah. And he gets a mention in the Players of the Week this week too.
Absolutely.
NWO. So last week I did mention that the only thing that could perhaps beat NWO this year would be Matty V. And it turns out he was 12 minutes late to game 1, so they had to forfeit game 1. But they beat New Vengeance 2-1. So game 2, we'll call it. They win by 41 points. Delay with 27 and 4. Harry with 25 and 8. Chris Stapps with a monster 12, 27 and 14 with 2 steals. Golden Dunk with 5 steals and 11 points too. Matty V with 5 steals. Not much going on there for New Vengeance. Tenzin with 19 at the anchor spot. And then game 2, 50-point win for No Way Out. I feel like after the game 1 forfeit, they may have been playing with a little chip on their shoulder, Mona.
Yeah, well, I've actually got a funny story about that. And I'm sure if the rest of NWO would love me saying this. They had a game that was supposed to be at 8:30.
Yeah.
But because they're in daylight savings, it was actually 9:30.
You're kidding.
So they all joined the party at 8:30. And then Lay said, the game's up for an hour. So Matty thought it'd be a good idea to go play stage, which is fine. He has an hour. Yep. I load into stage at 9:25, and I see Matty has just started a 2s game at 9:25 when the game was at 9:30. So everyone from NWO is waiting in arena, and Matty's not even on the right build. He's on his inside center. So he's got to finish that game in 15 minutes, load out, and get his power forward. The whole time, the whole NWO team is waiting in arena for him. And Matty doesn't even take blame for it. He blames it on Jono for not being home to play.
Oh, wow. But anyway.
There's a good story.
Yeah, that's a ripper story. But how's this for a stat line for Chris Stapps? 12, 25, 16, 4 steals, 2 blocks.
Yeah, freak. He's a
monster.
Freak.
Monster.
No, Chris doesn't deserve any praise.
I pass Fake, who has been one of the players of the competition so far, Mona. They win 2-0 against the Southside Swingers. Again, a double-double for him this week, 21 and 11 on 9 of 14 shooting, 3 for 5 from deep. Girk with 18 and 7 for the Crayons. Southside Swingers, pretty even contribution there. Slipskit, 11 and 5. Paxco, 11 and 5. And Jayfrey with 15 and 17, having a bit of a monster game inside. Game 2, 9-point win again. I pass Fake with another double-double, 21 and 14. Girk with 22 and 12. Jayfrey with 22 and 6. Paxco with 15 and 5, but only 11 points from the PG, Lock, and the anchor positions. 50 to 46 game 3 as well. Sorry, that was game 1.
Game 1.
Yep. Pals, deadly. 2-0 against the Thanos squad.
Pals. Very, very solid win. Game 1 for the Pals, 61 to 44. Marshy, 24 from the hash. Shake, he's been around for God knows how long. 10 points, 5 steals. Driz, 16, 11 and 6. Max with 11 and 12 of his own. Yeah, just comfortable win for Powers over Thanos squad, with only really Grundy being the standout. 14 and 4 steals. Game 2, much of the same for Powers. 21 and 14 for Max. 12 for Marshy. 16 and 7 for Driz. Another 11 from Shake. Yeah, just very, very solid team win for Powers.
Yep.
And
Can
they'll
I
take
just
that.
say, for someone who did not score a field goal for the series, D. Whitey is up there with one of the best anchors in the competition.
Only behind our good guest Solomon here.
Yeah, he just reads the play so well, doesn't he?
What he is good though.
Absolutely.
Relentless 2-0 against Sugar Plums due to a forfeit.
Don't like them.
It's happening.
Get that garbage out of here!
We don't like it.
Oh.
D tier beat Asylum 2-0 Mona. Wilds with 19-4. RXHC, I got no idea how to pronounce that, but he had 16 and 10. For D tier, very even spread there. Hackaroo 12, 7, 4 steals from the PG spot. Beefin with 21 and 4 steals. Factual with 10, 19 and 7. And game 2, we see them winning by 20 points again. Again, an even spread with no one scoring under 13 and no one scoring over 19, with Lemon having 5 steals. Have you played against many of these guys, Mona?
I haven't played against those two teams, but I know about D tier. They're good this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen the screenshot. Have you seen gone over the series with Ruthless yet?
Yep, we went it. Yep.
Yeah, they beat Ruthless. Yeah,
crazy stuff.
I know Lemons is a really good shooter. I've heard people asking for his jump shots. So
he sort of only came around about this time last year as well. Lemons, he wasn't really.
He came last year, but
he's shone really very, very quickly. Yeah.
That's that consistency, isn't it, that you were talking about? That he's just worked on his game, and now he's sort of better than average at that. And people are starting to talk about his game. So if you're watching Lemons, good shit. Not much to read in this series. Reach for VC, early quit out, and then a forfeit in game 2. Greek Iverson, 19 and 9. Krager with 17 boards, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And then we see there, apparently the PG was lagging. Questionable.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right. I bet he was.
How about we talk about the Goon Nation Deadly beating Thanos squad 2-0?
Yeah, they're very decent from our PG Mamba. I know he gave your boys a bit of a scare, Mona, this week.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
Mamba's really good.
Yep,
he's a good
25 and 8.
Shooter.
25 and 8 from Mamba game 1. Go along with Moz's 12 and 17. Yeah, very solid. Grundy 20 for Thanos. That's on me, so we don't care about that. Game 2, bit closer in game 2. Defense definitely was king. Moz 16 and 9 again. Mamba again 10 and 11, and Puma with 12 and 3. V-Rome 14 and 15, probably the star of Thanos game 2. Grundy 12 and 5, and just another.
You've done well to keep them to 16 or 14 shooting. 16 or 40, shooting.
Yeah. We sort of worked out a bit of a game plan. Just after game 1, just after what happened, Grundy was touching the ball a lot more. We sort of expected that, but it was sort of just play him a bit tighter and don't allow backdoors and
What about Deadly going 4 for 14 for the series?
Standard stuff, really.
Standard.
I don't know why you brought it up.
We've got you here, Mona. Talk us through NZ Black 2-1 over the Pels, mate. Looks like a pretty tough series.
Yeah, it definitely was. I think they're probably, them or Dennis Phoenix are probably our hardest games in the conference, I'd say. But I swear, every game we played has been hard. Like, we haven't had any blowouts yet.
Yeah, we're in the same conference. We've had tough runs. Yeah, it's not easy.
When I looked at the conferences when they first came out, I was like, is there any hard conferences except for ours, or have we just got
every team's very, very decent.
So we see here game 1, 56-42 your way. You didn't play game 1, by the looks of it.
I didn't play game 1, but I got in for game 2. I know game 1, our defense was really good. I watched the end of it. I joined, and then I jumped in for game 2 and 3.
Yeah, good. How did Bailey go at anchor?
I thought he was solid. It's his first game, first real league game this year. So,
and he's an up and comer with you boys.
Yeah, he's our 6th man. When we play matchups and stuff, we try to get him in as much as we can. But He's learning a lot off all of us, especially me and Horsey because he plays power forward and center. But yeah, I talk to him like every other day just about builds and things he can work on.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's really good. He's eager to learn more, which I'm happy to help with.
Always want that. Yep.
We see game 2 here. You guys, the Pals come back and win by 3 points. Driziana with 22 and 14, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks was massive in this game. Not much else going on for the Pals. Max at PG 7 and 13. For your boys, Horsey inside with 14 boards. Flameno carrying on his run from last year, 18 points on decent shooting, but defense was king again, 50 to 47. Game 3, much the same, 51-47. This way it went your way. Talk us through game 3, because it looks as if it was won within the last couple of minutes of that series.
Yeah, it was close. I think it was like a 1-point game with a minute 15 to go. But yeah, I think obviously defense can get better, but like holding a team to under 50 in this game is pretty good. I feel like you can. This game, especially 2K25, is built so much on runs. Once a team gets on a run, especially in the first 2-3 minutes of the quarter, it's so hard to slow them down, and the momentum is so hard to break. So if they start getting out on the break, get a couple fast break dunks, and then get a couple steals, it's so hard to slow them down. So I don't know, 12, 12, 12, and 11. Like I thought that was good defense from us, but even from them, like 51 points is really not that good. If you look at the shooting stats, it's like there's a lot of misses.
Mm-hmm. Cade seems to be improving quite a lot too from last season.
He is. I think it's just all about confidence for him. I told him that when I first joined the team at the start, like when 2K25 first came out, I said, teams are not, regardless if I'm playing center or not, teams are not going to respect you. You have to be aggressive. Like, you missed 3-4 shots, who cares? Keep shooting.
Yep. Good advice.
Absolutely.
Ice Hot beat Asylum 2-0. As we can see here, Cody Kong 31 and 10 being the standout. I'm D Shine 17 and 10 from the center spot. XHC with 14 and 15 being probably the best there.
Yeah.
For Asylum. And then in game 2, Cody Kong with 24 and 11, and I'm D Shine 20 and 14. When you're getting 44 points, 14 boards, and 11 assists from your center and your PG, that's going to help you a lot in trying to win the series. Deadly, D-Tier versus Prophecy, 2-0. D-Tier have had a bloody good week this week.
Yeah, I was saying it last week. It's probably them or Southside. Was it Southside? No, it was. I can't remember the other Xbox team. Sorry. Fighting for top of the Xbox, I'd say after this week, D-Tier are probably best of the Xbox side, and once again led by Hackaroo and Lemons, 23 and 8 for Hackaroo and 17 and 5 from Lemons, 20 and 10 from Beefin and Munted, respectfully at the corners. They're just an all-around solid team. But a very, very solid game 1 from Prophecy. I think the point guard's name's Chosen. I'm going to assume it's Chosen.
Yep,
30 and 14. Millhouse, 25 and 17 and 5 from the setup position. Definitely take that. But yeah, the defense just wasn't enough to stop the D-Tier offense. No. And it was much the same in game 2. 29 from Lemons.
They're probably the team, I guess, of the week, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I know D-Tier like to push the pace. They really like to speed teams up. They'll send a blitz all of the time. They'll triple press. They want high scoring, quick games.
Yep.
Because that's how they play, and that's how they know they're going to win.
Now we've
Lemons,
got
29 and 2, Munted 10, 5 and 5, Reefin 14, 25 and 6, huge game from him. And Chosen probably the best of Prophecy again, 24 and 11. Cole with 4 steals, and Millhouse 11 and 12.
Now we've got 5 scorecards here to go through. Crayons over SWAT 2-1. Games 1 and 3 are spread. Yeah. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 42-38 here. I don't even want to go through it because I don't know which one's which. Well done, Crayons. Moving on to the next one.
Yeah, that series was so crazy. They played the game 3 on a different night.
Really?
It was a very, very weird series. I was watching the first set.
What happened? Was there lag?
It's just too many lag. Everyone kept lagging out.
Everyone kept lagging out, and then someone from SWAT had to get off because it was late.
Yeah, because it was too late because they kept lagging out, had to restart.
And
It was
they played one game like 2 days later.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
At that point,
I will give a shout out to. It was a very, very good series, and I will quickly give a shout out to Pass Fake for his Game 2 performance of 46 and 9. Yeah, on Pope as well, who's definitely no stinker lock. He's
this
very,
guy's
very
been
good.
unreal this year, Mona.
They went to double overtime in that game, right?
Yeah, double overtime in Game 2. Yep.
No,
that's what I mean. It was
so
that series. Genuinely, I reckon if they played it the same night, it would have took them about 4 hours. It was unreal.
46. Dang.
I'm glad you boys spoke about that because that was too much for me to go through. Run the break. 2-0 against Lowkey. We see 76-61. iMasters with 28 and 10 for Lowkey Academy. No one else really doing too much there. For Run the Break, Brookers 26 and 10. He's had a really good week this week too. And Billy Blue 16, 19 and 7 for them in game 1. And because they've done 2 separate screenshots, I'll go the second one. 72-61 in game 2. Billy Blue 12 and 18. Brookers again 25 and 6. iMasters with 21 and 11. And Margin Gravy with 15 and 9-3 with 2 blocks from the center position.
Yep.
We got Show No Mercy 2-0 against the Liabilities. Deadly, talk us through this one, mate.
Yeah, I believe this is the first series of Show No Mercy. No, second, never mind. Crazy with 19 and 2. Hamo 15 and 8, very solid from them two in the backcourt. Zion with 15 and 6 out the corner, very, very solid. And they picked up Allen for the first time from Kiss My TNS after they disbanded. And yeah, they picked him up. He's now their new center. And it's worked wonders for him game 1. And game 2, much the same, absolute blowout for Show No Mercy, 81-47. Hamo again, 28, 6 and 3. Craze 25 and 4. Zion 13, 7, 4. It's same people, very, very solid. Allen again, 12, 12 and 7. Liabilities pick of the bunch was probably the point guard Muzzer. 14 game 1, 16 and 8 game 2. It's not terrible, but yeah, just very, very high octane offense from Show No Mercy.
Yep. Show No Mercy beating the Queen's Guard 2-0 as well, same night. Dr. Hamo 26 and 7. Craze with 14 and 4. Maxier with 10, 13 and 5. AJ with 26 and 4. 26 points of the team's 45. You're never going to win if everyone else is only scoring 19 points. Game 2, we see a comfortable victory, 71-46 for Show No Mercy. Craze with 20 from the Sharp on perfect shooting. Dr. Hamo with 17 and 14. And Zion with 13 and 8 with 2 blocks and a steal. Calebski with 19 for the Queen's Guard. Ruthless versus Ice Hot Gaming. We've got a forfeit.
Get that garbage out of here!
Gaming forfeiting 2-0. Holigans defeat KMT Kiss My TNS 2-0 on forfeit.
Get that garbage out of here!
We don't like them, Mona. Anyone that forfeits, that's what they call
them.
Unknown versus Ice Hot Gaming 2-0. Game 1, Unknown 64-47. Deadly, talk us through this one.
Still moving things. Game 1, 30 and 7. Yeah. Delaney 10, 13, 6. Very solid from them. And Cheese at the hash with 15. Pick of the bunch, probably for Ice Hot again. D-Shine, 12 and 12. Yeah. Very solid from the center. But yeah, just Unknown's too good. And when Will Moving's on, he's on.
Yeah, he's hard to stop.
Yep. Game 2, 16 and 14 from Will. 10 and 5 from Cheese. 15 from B-Sav out the corner. 5 steals from Zizak. And Dell with 26 and 20. Just an all-around team domination.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much there that Ice Hot Gaming could have done. Unknown then versus the Baines Effects 2-0. Game 1, we see Will Moving with 27 and 9 on 7 of 13 from deep. Who would you say Haley Vaneth was? Is that Cheese?
Haley Vaneth's Cheese, skill Cheese.
16, 18 and 4 for X Delaney. I don't know what they changed their names for. Jeez, makes it harder for us. 4 steals for Zizak, whoever he is. they've kept Robin to 2 points after averaging 20 points earlier in the week. So
Whoever
Flavor with
he-
16 and 12. Change your names back, boys. Lethal 2-0 versus Rise on forfeit.
Get that garbage out of here!
Pooky Bears beat Relentless 2-0.
Yeah, solid series for Pooky Bears.
Yeah.
Cardi, I think he moved over from the Hooligans to start the
Okay.
season. 26 and 8, very, very solid. Dirk Mitty, 7 steals. Haney, 3 steals. That's a good pick and roll they have there. Good PNR defense.
Yeah.
Only keeping Relentless to 41 as well, with Whiskey 2 Toxic dropping 18 and 8 in the loss. Game 2, much closer.
Mm.
Yeah, defense was king again. Range shot 14 and 12. Q Cardi 11 and 9. Whiskey 2 Toxic, probably the best for Relentless. 21 and 6 again. But yeah, just not enough points, and the shooting wasn't on.
Next series, we see Goon Nation 2-0. They win game 1, 50-41, with our man Deadly going 11 and 7 at the PG spot. Not much else really going on. Mosby Goon, 9, 18, 5, 2 steals and 1 block. 3 blocks for Sean W. Yeah. Just change your names back, boys. Jeez. For Reach for VC, Tom Mule with 14 and 11. Not much else going on. And then apparently someone's power went out, so they forfeited game 2. And you know what they say the forfeits.
Yep, power definitely went out. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Get solar. Be better.
Yeah.
Can you see these scorecards, Mono?
Yeah. Oh, not like well, but
Yeah.
I can get it up on my PC as well.
No, yeah, you're right, mate. Liabilities actually pushed the Southside Swingers in game 1, 67-64. Giroux with 21 and 4 for the winners. JX Free or J Free, 14, 12 and 4. And we see liabilities. Muzzer with 14 and 14 at PG spot. AI Player, great name that is, 20 and 4. And Durag Bob Ross with 14 and 13 at the C spot. Game 2, a little bit more of a blowout, 17 points. J Free, 20 and 15. He had a good week this week for the Southside Swingers. Paxco with 23 and 9. Giroux with 18 points. And for liabilities, again, Muzzer with 14 and 11. Mellow Martian with 12 and 6 with 2 steals and 1 block as well. SWAT 2-0 versus the Queen's Guard. This first photo appears to be taken, again, with a potato. Cuban Mitzel, or Mitz, 17 and 10. Job Knock with 14 points and 2 steals. And Lokey with 11 and 16. AJ with 16 and 3 with 2 steals. And Kirky with 16 and 2. Game 2, yeah, that's much better. Mitz with 11, 2, 5 and 2. Teeny with 19, Lokey with 14, 14 and 7. Nice little series for him. Kirky with 20 points for the Queen's Guard.
Yep.
SWAT 2-1 against Sanctuary.
Yeah, bit of a surprising one, actually.
Yeah, a bit of surprise here.
Definitely wouldn't expect Sanctuary to take a game off SWAT, but they've done it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, early on, Mitz had 21 of the 26 points, sorry.
Yep.
Before they went and obviously reset.
I think they had some people away. That,
it's a very, very different team.
Element first game on PG.
Yeah, I see Job Knock on center. He's normally he's normally a lock, isn't he?
Yeah, he played lock. So Lowkey wasn't home.
Yeah, Lowkey wasn't there.
Moved to lock shop.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, is that game 2 or game 3? That might be game 3 or game 2. I'm not sure. Anyway,
game 3 would be.
Yeah, it's hard,
anyway, he's put
hard
the
to
same
read when it's all
screenshot in
mumbled.
twice. Doesn't help when he puts the same screenshot in twice. So all good.
Next one.
Sanctuary get a win.
Yep. Full court press versus liabilities 2-0. So full court press 123-64.
Yeah.
With
Micah dropping 84.
Micah dropping 84 points.
On 54
That's
shots.
The most I've seen since Flu's 100 last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the most since Flu's 100 last year. I swear.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything more than that.
It would be surely to Christ.
And who's it? Sensors?
Yeah, Sunsets.
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 435 and 22. It's literally
35
just
boards and 22 steals.
grabbing the board and throwing it straight to Micah
full court.
where he shoots.
Yeah. And game 2, they quit out 53-21 at the start of the third. It
just
was
too much class from full court press.
Yeah. The New Zealand. How do I pronounce this? Widow? Is it, or Witho?
I think it's Fiddle.
Fiddle. Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Now these boys have been playing for a couple of years now. It's good to see them starting to get some series wins.
Yeah.
57
changed.
What's that? Sorry.
Teams changed. Got some new people in.
So Fiddle has been in ANZPL for a couple of years, but it hasn't had those people on it. So RK in the center and Young Drills, they've played for that team, but obviously the Brass, Nate hasn't, Kobe hasn't, and Carlos has. So that's the other NZ team they got named. So 2 NZ team got named. My one that obviously with Horse and Flu, and then that team got named. So they've gone under Fiddle Esports.
Gotcha.
But it's good to see them getting a win in ANZ.
It's the same sort of thing. New teams coming together. Once they gel, they'll be good.
Yeah. I see Drix there, 22-7 for New Vengeance. And that's about it going on over there. The Brass, 19-8. RKM with 18-8, 3-2. He's a bloody good lad. Really rate seeing him do well.
Yeah,
then
they're all
we
great.
see the classic, let's take a screenshot mid-game without a scorecard.
How are we not pressing options after the game ends?
Yeah, thumbs up, boys. Well done. Full court press, 2-1. Defeat Toenails. No second scorecard for game 2 spread.
Same sort of thing.
But 61-58. That's a good win for against full court press.
Bit different this one. Lillard not available for full court press, so they got Micah on point guard, and he's known to be much more of a shooter ball. Like he'd shoot first, doesn't really pass too much, as we can see by 84 points. But in this one, 33-7 for him in the loss.
Yeah.
Sunsets 8-17-2. But yeah, ex-KVS the world, 26-10, probably the best for Toenails in game 1. With, I can't even see the game 2 one, but Montana had 6 steals for full court press in the first half, so Lord knows what he finished on. And Snapper had 4 steals for Toenails as well.
Yeah, it's unreal.
And then, game 3 saw full court press close out the series. Micah with 29-10.
How's Clutters? 0 points and 16 assists.
Yeah, he's making that a bit of a thing of his. He's noticed it last week with his 2 points, 19 assists and stuff like that.
Pass first, pass second, and pass third.
Yeah. Maybe score last.
Yeah.
Half a Pooky with 29 as well for Toenails, but just wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's right. And that's our games for week 2, ladies and gentlemen. So what we've got now is we've got a few people that we're going to shout out, given who we think are the top 5 for players of the week this week. And I'll stop this screen share for a little bit. So in no particular order, our top 5 this week are Kristaps from NWO with his 3 triple doubles this week. Billy Blue and Brookers for their weeks that they had. Hackaroo from D tier leading the way to their huge week that they had and perhaps the best performed team of the week. Awareness from Sanctuary for his good form this week. And also Lemons. He gets a mention, especially for his series against Ruthless.
Absolutely, yeah. 50 points against a team like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's, I can't remember anyone scoring 50 against Ruthless. Anyway, our winner this week, Deadly. Do you want to do the honors?
I get the honors. All right.
You do.
Player of the week this week. One of the No Way Out boys, it's Kristaps. Huge week. 3 or 4 triple doubles. And it's just, they had a very, very dominant week. But we've come to know that from No Way Out. And even with our boy here, Mona, they're still getting it done.
Yeah. After Mona did say earlier in the podcast that he was no good, he has won our player of the week. So I can see Mono clapping for him in the background there. That's nice of you, mate.
I'm sure he's watching, smiling.
I'm sure he is.
About it.
So, Chris Stapps, hit up our DMs, mate. You have won our Standard Squeeze Player of the Week, thanks to our sponsors, our day one sponsors, the Standard Squeeze, helping you drink responsibly. Go to the website, standardsqueeze.com, and put in IFS15 for 15% off all of your gear that you'd like to purchase from their website. Deadly, you got any final words before we knock off for the evening, mate?
That's about it. I mean, yeah, shout out our top 5. Thanks for coming on, Mona. Much appreciated, mate.
Appreciate
and
it.
yeah, we'll skip the first scorecarder next week.
No, we won't be. Mona,
No.
we appreciate you giving your time to come on the podcast. From a local New Zealand, Australian, Australasian point of view, you've done a lot more than any person could ever dream of doing in this game. Moving forward, we wish you all the best, mate. Hopefully, you continue to do well and you continue to succeed. Everyone in this server is right behind you, mate. So for your time this evening, we are going to send you a prize pack. Thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze for your time, and best of luck in your qualifier Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You guys have a good one, eh? Thank you.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do us for this evening. Congrats to the winners for this week. Remember, we would love to feature our top performers on each podcast each and every week. So send us your clips. We did have a clip this week, but unfortunately, due to some language that was used during this clip, we've been unable to use it. So no one wins the clip of the week this week, unfortunately. So send through your clips. We'll clip them up. We'll send them to the crew. Don't be shy. You will win a $50 prize pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. And remember, we're here to promote you guys in our Australasian servers. So play well. Send through your clips. Do what you can. Stick together. Remember, as we heard from Mona, coming from the 2K leagues in America, chemistry, consistency, perseverance. Stick with it. You'll be good. Thanks, Deadly. And to you guys at home, next Monday night, 7:30, we'll be back live to review round 3 of the ANZPL series. This has been another episode of the Insight Fantasy Sports 2K podcast. We'll see you then.